and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. I know some of you guys might be alarmed by the title of this video and actually the silence on this YouTube channel for the past maybe 4 weeks now. So don't be alarmed, there's nothing to worry about, but I just thought I'd just film a quick intro to this video to kind of explain what's been going on and what is going to be going on in this video. So I thought I did actually have a video pre-filmed to go up today, however I just thought that it wasn't the right thing to put up right now. Like, I felt like this video is perfect for what I'm about to tell you guys, and it's just a nice video to kind of get back into the flow of things. But yeah, as you guys are probably aware, I've not uploaded for the past maybe 4 weeks now. That wasn't intentional at all. I wasn't intentionally trying to take time off from YouTube. If I'm being honest, like, the weeks kind of slipped away from me before I realised that I hadn't uploaded in so long. I definitely was aware that I wasn't in the swing of things really, but I wasn't aware of how much time was going by without me uploading, which is why I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an explanation. I think it's only fair, like, you guys have waited a long time for this video. Obviously 4 weeks isn't that much of a long time, but when I've been going from uploading twice a week to uploading once a week to then uploading not at all, like, you guys are obviously going to think something's going on. You're going to be, I know a few of you have messaged me on Instagram like, what's going on, are you okay, like, is everything okay in your life right now, how's your mental health, like, things like that. And obviously, like, I can't thank you guys enough for your patience, and I've been avoiding those questions just because I wanted to kind of just cram it all into this video and explain to you guys face to face. I know obviously I'm not face to face, but through video. So the first 2 weeks of me not uploading was just really hectic weeks. Like, August through to September is usually like the busiest time of year for me. Like, a lot of things come up. A lot of things come up for Lee as well, so we've kind of just been like crossing paths, and that's kind of one of the reasons I didn't upload within the first 2 weeks. But also one of the reasons, which I have actually discussed on my Instagram, is recently I've just been feeling a little, I don't know what the word is, but I think the best word I can use is uninspired and a little unmotivated to upload on YouTube recently. The reasons for this being is I usually sit down and I plan videos, and when I was sat down planning videos, like, nothing was screaming out at me. I was stressing myself. Like, I was like, well, what am I gonna do if I can never find anything to film? Like, what am I gonna do? And I think, honestly, deep down looking back now, I was probably thinking a little bit too much into it. Like, this video just proves that you don't have to think too much into what content you're putting out. You just have to put out content that you love, and I just had to keep reminding myself of that. However, the following weeks after that, like, a lot was going on just in life in general. Like, I feel like I was just having a bit of a downtime, which is perfectly normal, and that's why I wanted to come on and film this like intro bit of this video, because I've never really spoke about this kind of stuff on my channel before, and I've seen other creators like opening up to their viewers. I admire that so much. Like, I want to be like that with you guys, and I want you guys to know, like, it's okay not to be okay sometimes, and it's perfectly normal to want a little break and just like take some time to yourself. And yeah, I just wanted to jump on and kind of be honest and open with you guys about my feelings. The past 2 weeks have been a little bit down in the dumps. Like, I've not been in the greatest of moods, and every time I've gone to pick up my camera, like, it's always resulted in me like getting frustrated with myself. It's always ended in me getting too overwhelmed, and sometimes like I'll get upset, and I just don't feel confident filming when I feel like that. I feel like if I film when I feel like that, I'm only going to make the situation worse for myself. Like, I definitely just needed a little bit of time. Now, I was saying to myself, like, oh, I'll just take time off today and I'll get back into it tomorrow, and that's kind of like it spiraled out of control, and I ended up taking all of this time off, and I didn't mean to as such, but I definitely think I needed to do it. I actually sat down the other night at my desk and I planned so many videos for you guys, and I think it was the time off that I took that helped me to do that. That's kind of like a little explanation as to where I've been in the past 4 weeks. Nothing to worry about at all. Just one of them things that happens. Was just feeling a little bit down, was just feeling a little demotivated, was just feeling a little bit like, oh, like, I want to put out the best content for you guys, and I feel like I wasn't. I've also been lacking in a little bit of self-confidence recently, so every time I picked up my camera I just didn't feel confident at all being on camera. But yeah, I have pre-filmed 3 or 4 videos which will be going out in the next few days. So today's video is just going to be a little chill, sit down, get ready with me, but it's also like a get to know me video. I feel like I've never done this on my channel. I've never done a video where I sit and tell you guys things about my life growing up, things about my life in general. So I asked you guys for some questions on Instagram. I asked you guys to get really deep down, ask me some questions that you've always wanted to know about me. I've been seeing these videos on TikTok so much, like get to know me videos, and I enjoy them so much. Like I sit and watch them for hours, and I just think it's just a really nice video to kick back off and start the uploads again. But yeah, that's just a quick brief explanation as what was going on and what's going to go on in this video. So yeah, you guys asked me some very deep questions. I kind of get into it. There's questions that I would never usually typically answer in there, and yeah, I'm excited for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for your patience, and without further ado, let's get on with the video of me creating this look and telling you guys a little bit more about myself. Okay everyone, I look slightly crazy right now because I've had to pin my hair back, but I'm just gonna jump straight into this part of the video. You guys have obviously seen my intro when I'm all ready, because I didn't want to sit there and talk looking like this. I honestly look like such a hot mess right now. I have pinned my hair up, I'm ready for the questions. Honestly, we have not done a question-y video like this ever before. We've done Q&As and we've done like asking boyfriend questions that you're too afraid to ask, but I've never gone this deep into my personal life before. I feel like it was really important though, because you guys, there's a lot of things that you guys don't know about me, and obviously I've been on my channel now for nearly 3 years. Like, I think it's important for you guys to know the big facts about me. So as I've said in my intro, I asked you guys questions on my Instagram, and I'm just gonna get ready. It's a bit of a chill video, a bit of a different type of video for me, but I'm actually super excited to film this because I just wanted to film like a chatty video. I'm not going to focus too much on like my makeup routine and telling you guys what I'm putting on my face. I might do the odd like this is what I'm using kind of thing, but I wanted to focus more on the questions. Obviously this is more of a get to know me video rather than a makeup tutorial. However, if you guys would like me to film a separate video doing a makeup tutorial, please let me know in the comment section. I've been loving doing like get ready with me's recently. I've been doing a lot on my TikTok, so if you guys aren't following my TikTok, I will pop it on the screen now. And yeah, let's just jump straight into the video. So let me just open my, oh, you guys can't see that. That is such a relief because my makeup drawer is such a mess at the minute. Okay everyone, I'm just gonna spray some Charlotte Tilbury on my face. I always do this. I don't know why, I don't know what it does, but I always do it. This stuff smells incredible. Okay, I'm just gonna prime my face and then we'll get straight into the questions. I do have a TikTok actually out where I tell you guys all the products I use on my face like on a daily basis. Definitely head over and check that TikTok out. And then I go in and do eyebrows, but I'm just gonna read the first question. So the first question is, what is the most, this is actually such a hard question, but the question is, what is the most memorable moment in your life? I honestly, oh, this is so bizarre. Like it's one of those questions where like you have to really deeply think about it, and then like you think too hard and nothing comes to mind. I have quite a few memorable moments in my life, like for the good and for the bad, but I'm guessing whoever wrote this question meant like the most happy memorable moment in your life. This is gonna sound so soppy, but I definitely think a huge memorable moment in my life is the moment I met Lee. I definitely think my life took a massive U-turn when I met Lee, and that is a good thing in my eyes. Like, I feel like I changed for the better. I was a much happier person. He has changed my life. Like, that is really soppy, but I do mean it. And like, look where I am now, and I don't think I'd be anywhere if it wasn't for, well, obviously I'd be somewhere without Lee, but like, I don't think I'd be here without Lee. So yeah, that's definitely a massive memorable, and I'll never ever forget how we met. I'll never ever forget that moment. I can literally recital it like it was yesterday. I definitely think for me, like the most memorable thing in my career so far is definitely going to Devon with Flourish and Primark. Obviously you guys know how much I love Primark. Like, it's such a huge brand in my life. Like, I always have loved Primark. So when I got the message through to say that I was going on this brand trip, I think I actually cried. Like, I possibly cried. I think I actually cried on the trip because I was just that amazed. Like, you don't take it in fully until you're actually like there. So yeah, I was definitely, that's a massive memory. I mean, I've had so many memorable moments, but like it's easy to just not think of them off the top of your head. That literally took forever to answer. I'm just gonna perfect my brows and then I'll be back with you guys. All right, everyone, I've had to repin my hair. Honestly, the weather right now, if you're living in the UK, you'll know it's so sweaty and hot and disgusting. But the next question is, what is, by the way, I'm using the Flawless filter. I know I said I wasn't going to tell you guys what I was using, but I honestly swear by this now. Like, it's my favorite product in my makeup bag. I absolutely love it. I've stopped wearing foundation. However, I do wear a lot of concealer, but it's definitely helped with my confidence with my skin. However, the next question is, what is your 10-year plan? Now, again, this is like a question I've never really thought about too much. Obviously, I think about the future, but I don't actually think like in 10 years, where do I want to be? Like specifically 10 years. And I don't think I've ever actually been asked this before. I've been asked like, do I want to have kids in the future? Do I want to get married? I've never actually been asked like, what is your 10-year plan? I feel like no one really has a 10-year plan anymore. Like, a lot of people's lives change very drastically. Mine definitely has. But if I were to say hypothetically what a 10-year plan would look like for me, I definitely want kids, hopefully, in 10 years. I would love to have a little family. I would also love to be married, if not engaged. I would hope that me and Lee would have bought a house. In fact, I think, yeah, definitely would be living in a house that we have bought. As for career, I definitely think I would want to be doing social media still. And well, for now, that's what I can say. I definitely would want to be doing social media. Why do my brows do this? When it's so hot, my brows literally don't even stay in place. Like, it's so annoying. I always said growing up, I would love to have my own business. The only problem is I just don't know what I would want my own business in. Like, I've never actually thought about it deeply, like what would my business be. Obviously, starting your own business takes a lot. Like, I feel like I'm not in the place in my life where I would want to start a business right now. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit bizarre. Like, I will literally say in 10 years time I want to be this and this, and it could have completely changed. So I'm not actually too sure, but I definitely want a family. I definitely would hope to be married or engaged and to be living in a house that I have bought. If I really think deeply, I really need to think deeply about this question. All right, everyone, I've had to change to Lee's camera because my camera's died and it would take ages to charge the battery. So we are on Lee's camera, hence the change in scenery, well, not scenery, but change in video. But yeah, we were on, what were we on? We were on the 10-year plan, and like I've said, definitely, well, I think I went through it all, but married or engaged, definitely looking into property, definitely my own business, definitely a family. Also, I would have loved to have traveled to more places. Like, I would have loved to have, one big thing on my bucket list is going to like Kenya or like somewhere in Africa. I'd love to see like elephants in the wild. I'd love to help out with some charity work. I would hope in 10 years time me and Lee have been to the Maldives, because that's a big thing on our bucket list. When I deeply think about it, like, there's a lot of things. Like, I'd hope to be able to do things for my family. Like, I'd hope to be able to help with things with my family. Like, there's loads of things, but nothing specific. So that is my 10-year plan. This is quite like an interesting one. Where was your first ever job, and like jobs after that leading up to YouTube? I don't actually think I've ever spoken to you guys about like work before YouTube. My first ever job was, let me think. I have to really think about this. I actually worked for a small company in my town in the entertainment business. I used to go and help with children's parties. I used to dress up as the occasional princess and the like kids TV or film character. It was a very short-lived job. I didn't work there for a while. And then I definitely had more jobs, but I've forgotten about it. Oh, my knees. Oh. I wasn't too bothered about where I was working. So yeah, I definitely had more jobs than I can remember. But memorable jobs are, foot asylum. I worked in foot asylum and it definitely wasn't the best job. Like, I definitely wasn't treated the best there. I don't think any of us were. We were Christmas temps. So while we were all working there, like all the Christmas temps, they did mention to us that if we did a good enough job, like, we would be kept on. However, I did not make the cut. I don't think the managers liked me that much. I think I'm just such an independent person. Like, I always like to be pushed to my limits as well, and I feel like I was stuck in a job that I didn't want to do particularly. Like, I just always wanted to do more. Like, I always wanted to be busier. Like, I don't know what it was, like, it just wasn't a job for me. So after the Christmas temp job ran out, which, by the way, they never actually told me, I just got the rotas for the week, like the following weeks, and my name wasn't on the rota, so I was like, oh well, guess they didn't want to keep me on. And then I actually went on to work in Claire's. In fact, guys, completely skipping a chapter, before I worked in foot asylum, I actually worked in a coffee shop in Meadowhall. It wasn't like it wasn't like Starbucks or anything, it was like a family kind of coffee shop kind of thing, and there wasn't many. I think there was literally just 2 in Meadowhall, and I just wasn't, again, treated that well there. So once I applied for the job for foot asylum, I actually applied for Pandora at the same time, because it was like around Christmas and there was quite a few jobs going, and I thought, like, I'll apply for a few and like see which ones come in, and then if more come in, like, I'll choose from them. The interviews were like around the same time as well. So I was like, well, I don't want to go to one interview and then not get it and then not be able to go and do the other interview. So I did both interviews, and as far as I can remember for Pandora, like, it was just literally a trial shift. And I went in for the trial shift and she was like, oh, let's put you on the rota, and I got accepted for the foot asylum job, and I was like, that's no worries, I can do both. I can definitely do both. However, it just got a little bit too much. Like, I was trying not to overlap shift. One was in Meadowhall, one was in the centre of Sheffield. I couldn't drive, like, I have to rely on someone to take me to the train station. It was just a lot. So yeah, I didn't take the Pandora job. I ended up just taking the foot asylum job. Yeah, then I went to Claire's, and I worked in Claire's for probably a total of 6 weeks. And don't get me wrong, I actually really liked it in Claire's. It was a really good environment. There were some really lovely people working there. Another job opportunity came up for me. As you guys all know, I worked for someone that I actually knew in school. So I actually moved on to work in Naughty Unicorn. This is probably the job that you guys know about the most, because this is when, like, I started coming into the YouTube scene, definitely on, like, Lee's channel. I also think maybe, no, I actually didn't. I didn't start my channel until after I'd left Naughty Unicorn, but the job opportunity came to me while I was at Claire's. And me being me, like, I think I was 17 or maybe 18, and I was also, like, tackling college on top of all of this. Like, I went to college. Opportunity that came to me was literally this question is literally so long, but yeah, Naughty Unicorn literally came to me and was like, do you want to do festivals? And I was like, oh my god, like, I'm 17, 18, yes, I want to do festivals. So I left Claire's and went to work at Naughty Unicorn, and then after Naughty Unicorn, I went and worked in a salon and did makeup, as you guys probably know if you've been following for a while. After the salon, I quit, I started YouTube, and here we are, and I'm honestly loving life. This is probably the longest job I've had, and I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It definitely has its own little stressors and definitely, like, comes with a lot of baggage, but it's such a good job and I love it so much, and I love interacting with you guys. I love having, like, a family. Like, it literally feels like I'm, like, it's such a dream job. I love it. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. Like, it's just so amazing. So yeah, that's literally the longest question ever. How long was that? 13 minutes. Like, oh. So the next question is a pretty deep one. Like, I could answer it and it not be deep, but it's, what is this? Why is it so dark? That is the biggest bee I have ever seen in my life. Guys, I'm not even joking. It was like that big. Anyway, moving on. So the next question is, what is the hardest moment of your life? So we've had, like, what is the most memorable moment of your life? Now we're having, what is the hardest moment of your life? I could easily answer this question and be like, oh, like, the hardest moment of my life is this, and not get, like, deep. But I feel like this is why you're watching this video. Like, you want me to get deep, you want me to get emotional, like, you want me to talk about the good and the bad. So I have already pre-thought this question through, and I was like, I definitely want to talk about that. Like, it has to be the hardest point of my life. So the hardest point of my life is definitely when my granddad got ill. I've literally rehearsed this question in my head so many times because I didn't want to get upset. I definitely feel like I need to talk about it because it's a whole reason, like it's a massive part of my life. Like it's everyone goes through it. Like I feel like it's something I need to talk about, and it's definitely something I'd love to raise awareness to in the future. If you guys are new here, my grandma passed away in, I think it was November last year. Yeah, it's November last year. I always get it muddled up. I have actually wanted to talk, like I have wanted to discuss it with you guys on my channel before, and I have wanted to discuss it. Like I feel like it's such a huge part of my life and I should be able to talk to you guys about it. Like I would hope that you guys would be able to talk to me about things like this. So I want to be able to talk to you guys about it, and like if I am having a day where I'm feeling down and I'm struggling, like I want to be honest with you guys and I want to tell you that's why I'm struggling. But yeah, the hardest point in my life is definitely, and I think it would be the same for anyone, is watching someone that they love so much suffer. And it definitely was, like without getting into too much detail, it definitely was suffering. Like it was horrific. And like I see my granddad as a father figure. He has always been there for me in a father figure way. He's always done things for me that a father would do. I always kind of turn to him as if I would him being my dad. So definitely when I was watching him be ill and not be able to do the things that he would usually be able to do, it was definitely a hard pill to swallow. But it's kind of one of them things where, and we all agreed as a family that we would be strong for him because he was being strong for us. And that's not necessarily the right way to go about things. Like a lot of people are like, you need to be honest. Like everyone deals with it differently. For us, we were like trying to just focus on getting him better. We were trying to focus on being strong for him and being positive around him. He did actually pass away from cancer. It was in his throat area. So I definitely in the future, this is why I talk to you guys, like I'd love to raise awareness about throat, neck and mouth cancer, because I feel like it's just not one of the biggest, like I just feel like a lot of people don't talk about this type of cancer. So like it's definitely something I would like to raise awareness about in the future. And yeah, like I want you guys to be able to know the signs to look out for it and things like that. But yeah, that's for another time. Yeah, that was the hardest part of my life. And if any of you guys like are out there in a similar situation, or you're going through something similar, like my DMs are always open for you guys. Like I'm always happy to talk to you guys about it. It's always nice to have someone there that kind of has gone through the same thing, that you can relate, like we can relate situations to. So yeah, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna wrap that one up and we're gonna move on to the next question. Sorry guys, I'm literally not having the best of luck with batteries at the minute because the battery just died, and now I've positioned the camera so you can see my messy drawer, but you're just gonna have to deal with it, okay? Because I'm not tidying it. Alright, what is, I feel like this actually ties in really nicely with the question that has just been asked, but I need to find my blush first because I'm literally getting nowhere with this makeup. What is the reason behind your love for butterflies? And I love this question. I feel like I have been asked this before, but I've not really talked about it. Maybe I have, but I can't remember. My love for butterflies started when I was younger. I had a granddad called Eric, and he was my nan's dad. And fun fact, like all of my family live really close to one another, like really, really close in walking distance. So I used to walk from my nan's house to my granddad Eric's house, and one time, I remember this so vividly, but no one else does. So that kind of also adds like how special it is to me. My granddad, this maybe didn't even happen, but like in my head, like I can literally picture it like it was yesterday. So I always say it did happen. But my granddad Eric is definitely up there like laughing so much right now because I'm making up like a genuine story I believe in that hasn't happened. But if it did happen, he said to me like, oh, do you want to know how to catch butterflies? And I was like, yeah, like, oh, obviously I was a little girl. Now I wouldn't go near a thing, like I'm just, I'm quite scared of them actually, guys. He was like, he put his finger out like this and a white butterfly landed on it. Now the more I'm saying it, the more I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous, this did not happen. But I'm gonna stick with my guns and I'm gonna say it fully did. So yeah, that's how that came about. And then I kind of just said after like my granddad Eric passed away that a spirit how do you address this, like that our loved ones are butterflies. Like, I know it's not silly because it literally, like, you have to respect what everyone believes in. Like, there's no right or wrong. Like, so I fully believe that, like, when I see a white butterfly, it just means that there's some kind of, like, energy there. But, like, really oddly, I've said this, I don't know, I just have, like, a really strong feeling that my granddad, who passed away last year, isn't a butterfly. Like, I look at butterflies and I just think he's just not a butterfly. So I'm yet to find out what he's come back as, but as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that is my love for butterflies. I just always feel so special around them. They just make me feel safe, and like, they're so pretty as well. Like, I love butterflies. So yeah, that's why I love butterflies so much. And I feel like everyone who knows me knows I love butterflies. And not to sound too generic, but I'm definitely gonna get a butterfly tattoo. And yeah, I love butterflies, it's just a known thing. The next question is, how did my parents choose my name? Now, I don't really speak to my dad that much, but I did text my mum and ask her this because I have no idea. But she said, so my actual name, if you guys haven't been following for a while, my actual name isn't Ellie, it's Alyssa. So my real name is Alyssa Ray Hinchliffe. Yes, Hinchliffe, not Hinchcliffe. Alyssa Ray. So honestly, I don't know why I don't use it because it's such a beautiful name, but Alyssa Ray is my name. So my mum said, when I texted her and asked her, she said, we looked at baby books and we couldn't find anything we liked. I liked Alicia, which I prefer. I prefer that over Alyssa. And if I had a little girl, it would be on my like list for little girl names. And your dad liked Ellie, so we combined it to Alyssa, but then I always ended up just being Ellie. Like, as soon as I was born, my mum said everyone just called me Ellie. And my middle name is Ray because my granddad, his name was Ray. It's spelt the exact same. It's so special to me now. Like, it was special to me before, but now, like, I just feel like I've got a piece of him with me all the time. Me and Lee have decided that when we have a little girl, I'm saying when we have a little girl, like we are definitely gonna have a little girl. If we have a little girl, her middle name will be Ray. If we have a little boy, potentially his middle name would be Ray. I definitely want to keep it in the family. It's so special to me, and that is the reason as to why I'm called Ellie. That didn't make any sense whatsoever, but yeah, that is my real name and that's why I'm called that. Can you talk a little bit more about your arthritis? This is a deep one and this is gonna take forever, I just know it. If you guys, I keep saying this, but if you guys haven't been following for a while, you'll not know that I actually suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. So the real name for it is, well, when I got diagnosed, it was called idiopathic rheumatoid arthritis. And that just basically means that there is two types of arthritis. Now, I'm literally not, I should be, but I don't know too much about it. I don't know, like, let me Google it, guys, because I don't want to get anything wrong here. Okay, I'm going to read you out the technical terms so that I don't get it wrong. Rheumatoid arthritis is a long-term condition that causes pain, swelling and stiffness in the joints. The condition usually affects the hands, feet and wrists. There may be periods where symptoms become worse, known as flare-ups or flares. A flare can be difficult to predict, but the treatment is possible to decrease the number of flares or minimise the prevent a long-term damage to joints. Oh, I should really read this myself because I'm actually like quite surprised about most of these facts. Oh, I didn't know this. I always find it funny because when I go and sleep at someone's house or I have someone sleeping over, I'm literally in the morning, I'm woke up and all my, like, I literally like Vecna's got me and I'm like this and I'm like, and they're like, can you make me a tea, or like, do you want a tea? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I literally can't move my wrist and they're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, I've got arthritis. So I'm not the best person to talk to about it. But I did get diagnosed when I was 16. I was a dancer. I was gonna do full-time dance at a dance college. I then figured out that I just wouldn't be able to do that. I couldn't do most of the things I used to be able to do. I couldn't do like tricks that I used to be able to do. Like one big thing for me was when I was competing, a lot of my dance routines had walkovers in there. I couldn't do them anymore, so I just used to make the audience laugh, and like in full-on professional dance competitions I would do a roly-poly on the stage instead of like a flip basically. But yeah, I had to find the humor in it. Guys, I'm literally not the best person for this whatsoever. I can't sit here and talk about it like I know exactly what it is, and I know that's really bad, but it's just kind of my way of dealing with it. So yeah, next time you guys want information about rheumatoid arthritis, do not come to me, because I am not the best person to tell you guys about it.
Just for a little bit of context into the next clip, because it's literally so random, I skipped out a question basically just asking what my favourite film was, because I literally spoke for about 10 minutes about films. No one cares that much, okay?
Favourite film of all time, literally just watched it, absolutely obsessed, Elvis. Oh my god, best film ever. I loved it so much. I'm literally obsessed with Elvis right now. Like, it's an unhealthy obsession. You were always on my mind. Next question is, I actually think this is the last question, guys. Thank God. Why don't we ever see, this is such a deep question as well, why don't we ever see much of your family? Now, this isn't really intentional. Like, I just never really think about it too much. I don't see my dad's side of the family, and you've seen my nan, you've met my nan before. Oh, this is a really hard question. I've not really thought about this one. It's something that I'd like to keep private for now. Like, maybe in the future you guys will see my family. Like, I really enjoyed the video I did with my nan, and I love having that to look back on, but it's just like, I feel like when you throw too much into the mix, that's how like life just gets a little bit too like crazy. I don't know, like I've never really thought about it too much, so it's not that deep, but like it's just not really something that I plan to do as of yet. And yeah, that's pretty much it, and that is the end of the questions. I bet you guys are so glad that this video is over, because it's took forever. I'm actually starving and my makeup isn't finished, so yeah, I will finish my video. I've been talking that much, guys, I just need to stop. I will finish my makeup and then I'll come back and outro this video for you guys. Alright everyone, so my makeup is finished finally. I actually have nowhere to go or nothing to do, so I literally did my makeup for the purpose of this video. However, I might film some TikToks and things afterwards. But yeah, I have actually really enjoyed today's video. I always enjoy like lives and TikToks like this, so I just thought, why not turn it into a video, like just a chill video for once, nothing too crazy. I definitely think it's what was needed. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please go down below and hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It honestly means the world to me, and I just love you all so much, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you, and I will see you all in another video coming very, very soon. Goodbye everyone, love you very much.